I now want to pivot into telling you, I think, kind of a scary story.
Guys, this one sounding scary. Mrs. Erika Kirk, please don't tell me you're using religion to try and get money after your husband's death. That's crazy.
A little terrifying story, maybe because I'm a little biased here. Okay, Catholic, and this just disturbs me a little bit more. But this is a story that involves a priest. I think this story is so crazy, I need time to process it because, again, it involves Catholics, and we're up. Sorry, guys. It brings me no pleasure to report.
It's definitely up, guys. It's definitely up. Because you, Mrs. Erika, if you're using religion to try and get rich people's money, now that's not a good thing.
I got an email from a woman. I'm going to read you this email. This person wrote, "Dear Candace, I attended the memorial and I ended up sitting next to Father Blank. He was actually the priest that flew with Erika to Utah. He was with her when they called her."
Candace Owens got an email from a woman who went to the memorial of Charlie Kirk. And on that day, she came across a priest. Now, this priest was with Erika on the day Charlie Kirk died. He flew to Utah with Erika and prayed over Charlie Kirk's body. But there's something dodgy about this, guys. Let's get into it.
Now, in hindsight, it is strange to me that he was just put in the crowd at the memorial. But then again, he may have wanted that. I was at the memorial having zero personal or prior involvement or engagement with Turning Point USA or anyone from there, and I ended up sitting next to Father Blank and then with Erika at Mass the next day.
Now, how did this woman that went to pay her respect end up with Mrs. Erika the next day? This is the stranger, by the way.
I spent a good 8 hours sitting with Father Blank. I'm shy generally and was sitting with empty seats around me in the third row from the stage. So when I saw the priest walking by and looking like he didn't know where he was going, I said, "Hi, Father, I'm also Catholic. If you need a seat, this one's empty." Right there, he shared stories of Charlie attending Mass and him spending a lot of time with Erika and Charlie. As Erika was being on stage, Father held his hands towards her and was praying over her for protection and strength, tears going down his face from his stories and messages from Charlie that he showed me. It seemed like he was probably the closest person in that room to Charlie and to Erika, yet he was sitting with me like any other guest.
Now listen here, lady. You was infiltrated. He was sitting with you for a reason, because you had money. Why, it gets scary, guys. Let's continue.
Like I said, in hindsight, it just feels so off still. At 8:30 a.m., there would be Mass. I didn't cry at the memorial, but I wept quietly the entire Mass. Afterward, I stayed to pray a while longer. Lights were starting to turn off, and I looked back and I noticed a tall bodyguard in the back, along with Erika and a middle-aged woman that was sitting by her.
Now, I wonder who this woman could be that was sitting with Erika Kirk.
A minute or two later, as I was still in prayer, I had a tap on my shoulder by a woman. I believed it was an assistant. I can't remember what it is she does. She said, "Would you like to join Erika?"
Now, this is the part when they were using Erika Kirk to get this rich woman through the door.
I hugged Erika. I sat next to her in the last pew, and I just had the most beautiful conversation. She mentioned that Charlie went to Mass with her there, and that Father Don would open the church up for him there often when Charlie just wanted to pray and reflect without being disrupted, and that he was with her the entire time from Arizona to Utah, in the hospital, etc. I have to say, I felt more realness from Erika in my exchange with her in that church than from the memorial. I saw her at Mass again on Tuesday. Now, why do you think that that email disturbed me and made me file it?
I don't know, guys. I'm still trying to figure this one out.
And I'll tell you, it wasn't the person who wrote it that disturbed me. I blanked out over a name because I'm going to tell you now that the person who tapped on her shoulder, who she thought was an assistant, was Stacy.
Now, Mrs. Stacy, I heard a few things about you, and all you want is money, money, money.
That was what disturbed me about the email and made me file it right away, because I knew exactly what happened, and I did not have the heart to tell her what had happened, because I know Stacey Sheridan is. I know what I told Charlie about Stacey Sheridan. I've seen her work. I've been at events with her. I knew that Stacey would have only done that if the girl who was writing me this email had a boatload of money.
Okay, I understand now. I get it, guys. The money's talking. Erika Kirk, this is disgusting.
I knew that they had that girl clocked before she walked into the memorial. I don't think actually it was God that sat her where she was sat, 3 rows in. She was amazed by all of this. Oh, I don't even know anybody here. Here I am. I don't even know Charlie. I don't even know Turning Point USA. Here I am sitting at the front. And oh my gosh, this moment. And you know, Erika won't even speak to the staff at Turning Point USA, but Stacy Sheridan, would you like access to the grieving widow? I knew, and I filed it. I knew something was wrong. And then when I went to go revisit all these things that I had filed and I saw this, I went, oh my gosh, this makes me so sick. And I knew that I had to reach out to this person and I had to say it. Hey, don't know anything about you, but I'm going to assume you have a lot of money, and it breaks my heart to tell you this, but you were targeted.
Mrs. Erika Kirk, now you're targeting Christians only a few weeks after your husband's death, days in fact, for money, through religion. Now you got your right hand, Stacy, trying to get people to donate. Now why do you want donations so quick after your husband was murdered? Or was he murdered for this cause? To then use religion to get more donors and turn Turning Point USA into $1 billion organization. I think that sounds about right, guys, but this is nasty.
They would have known everything about you. That's how they work. Before everyone is seated, Stacy Sheridan's job literally is to know everything about that person, their net worth. She'll know your dad's net worth, your mom's net worth. That's the whole reason they brought her on. That's what Stacy's brilliant at. Smelling money, truly. So I said, how did you actually arrive? Because people were waiting in the rain for tickets, and so there had to be a little bit inside baseball here. And then she said, oh, well, actually, I was at a different event, a marketing event, when Charlie was shot, and was networking with some people that were involved. It was a conference event with some.
So this sounds to me like it was planned. She was targeted at a networking event and told to come to Charlie's memorial the next day because she had money. Now, why the hell are you thinking about money literally hours after your husband has been killed? This is disgusting and nasty.